Hey guys, I thought I'd put me together a meatloaf and show you all how I do it. Now my meatloaf's real classic meatloaf. I don't put any onion soup mix or nothing like that in mine. I like the taste that I grew up with. Alright, I'll tell you what I put in mine. I've got here about, well, it says I got 2 pounds and 8 ounces of good old hamburger. I don't like chuck. It's too dry, and especially in a meatloaf to me. Now, you do what you want to do. You do you. 2 pounds and 8 ounces of hamburger, and you're going to need some spray oil, onion, pepper. It don't have to be green. I use whatever color I got. I use about an egg per pound of burger, and oatmeal. And I use the quick oats and some crackers. It don't have to be zest. It could be the off-brand ones that don't amount to a hill of beans. Not a meatloaf now, it don't. And you are also going to need you a big something to mix your meatloaf in. And I about forgot the main ingredients. You're going to need ketchup, and you are going to need salt and pepper. Alright, so let's recap real quick. Hamburger, spray oil, salt, pepper, onion, green pepper. That was table pepper I was talking about. Ketchup, oats, that's oatmeal, and crackers, something big to mix it in, something to bake it in. I've got my oven preheating to 350. And I'm getting ready to give this another go round, honey. I love this thing. And I've got the big one in it because I don't like, it's got the little fine one. I'll show it to you. But I don't like my onions cut up just now near invisible. Not in meatloaf or my stuffing or nothing. So I'll show you. They're pretty good size. But I prefer the bigger. And let me rinse my hands off and we'll get at it. Now let me show you what I do here. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get these onions, well, ready to run through this. What I'll do, I'm going to cut up my tomatoes and my onions, and I'll be back. Thank you. Okay, guys, I wanted to show you here. I've peeled my onions and got them cut the way I need them to be cut to run them through my trick here, and washed my peppers and got them de-seeded, or my pepper, and let's work this little fella right here. I'm making a lot of noise where I've got it set on this board. That better, yeah. And let's run our pepper through here. Now this is my first try with the pepper. What does good? Look at that. I knew it did good with the onion, but I never dreamed it'd do that good with that pepper. Boy, it does, though. Man, it just pops it right through there like nobody's business. I love this thing, Jana. It's awesome. It really is. I mean, I never saved me time. And it's 100% uniform in size. And, look at there. Does your measuring for you. I know I showed y'all that once before, but still, I mean, it's just as exciting today as it was the other day. I'll put that onion through there round. Try it again. Yep, that got it. They're kind of a way to, I've seen that if you, see how easy that went through, that if you lay them, it seems like, you know, it's cut that way, and if I lay it that way, and I know that this is, I don't know, it just seems like it works better. Don't ask me why, it's what I think. Look at there, honey. Look at that. Just cut right up. Isn't that amazing? And I don't have my eyes burned out of my head either. Now, I think we're done with this unless I wind up feeling like I need some more pepper. So let's get our hamburger in here. Yep, smells good. And that was for 2 pounds and 8 ounces was $5.39. It wasn't on sale. It's $2.59 a pound, but still, I mean, I don't think that's bad. $5.39 and have a big old meatloaf. You know, there'll be meatloaf left over. Let's get them. Like I said, about 1 egg per pound is what I kind of lean toward. But if I don't have but 1 egg's what goes in. If I don't have any eggs, then there ain't no eggs going in. And on that onion and, or not onion, on that oatmeal and crackers, you can use one or you can use both. It don't make a bit of difference at all. I actually prefer the oats because they dry a little bit better. They absorb better, seems to me. Like, I don't measure none of this, and I'm sorry that I'm not measuring, but it's getting kind of, the day's getting, well, honey, I'll never open that. Oh my God, hold on, I'll be back. James opened me, so I can't budge it. I'm at 3. Thank you very, very much. I had to get Mr. to open it, buddy. I couldn't do a thing with it. I don't mean to tell you, it was on there. I still ain't got them clothes open I was trying to open the other day. But luckily, I had one already open. I don't know this wound up in my oatmeal. Alright, now let me get my onions and tricks in there. And I just eyeball this. You know, I feel like that 1 pepper and that 1 onion will be enough. But now, if you get it mixed up and you feel like it needs something else, if you just absolutely love a lot of onions and meatloaf, then add you some more. Same way with the green peppers. And now what my meatloaf does is, and crackers is, not only are they a filler, you know, the stretchy food, but they help bind it together, but they dry up. Let me show it to you before I fill it full of, them eggs are down under there, before I fill it full of ketchup. I like ketchup in mine. I have put, and I'm generous, and sometimes I'm too generous. It gets too wet, and that's when I have to add more oats or more or crackers or something, you know, to dry it up. And then I just get in there with my hands, and like I said, a lot of people put a lot of stuff in their meatloaf. They just do all kinds of things, and that's fine. I've eaten some of them; they're good. But I like to try to make budget-friendly meals, number one, as much as I can. Now, we can't always, you know that, and I know it. But my main reason is I love just the classic meatloaf. And then after you've eaten it the next day, they ain't many things better than a meatloaf sandwich. Take to work with you, yummy, yummy. Now, this is a little bit wetter than I would like it to be because I don't want it to just turn into mush in the stove. I'm going to have to wash my hands and get this. I'm not going to put, if I was going to do it now, I'd crush up a half a pack of crackers. But I'm not going to fool with it. I'm just going to shake me out. And this is where, you know, you're just eyeballing. And when I do this right here, and I've always done the same way, what I just done right there, I kind of spread it evenly across the top. And that way, it's, as I mix it, it's going into evenly kind of throughout the, and you could tell more about if you've got it dried up enough. And that dried it up a bunch. Now let me get me salt and pepper in here before I forget, because I forget. I forget that salt and pepper in the meatloaf a bunch, and salt on top just is not the same as it being cooked in it. Now let's do the same with the pepper. Now, I know it looked like I put a lot of salt, but I was going real slow because I was using my left hand. I'm not left-handed, so I was afraid that I'd accidentally dump it or bit in there. I've done that before too, and had to, well, tell you what I done when I done it. I started trying to dip it out of the spoon. I said, well, I'm going to make a mess. I took my big blob of meat like this right over the sink and rinsed it off. All right, we got our pepper in there. And now I'm a-mixing. She feels good, but I think she needs to be just a tad drier. Just a tad. Because it's just about just right. Look how pretty. And I'm going to put one more little dab. Kind of across it like I did a minute ago. Evenly, so it's, you don't work, you have to work out. Pepper's getting to my nose. See here, I didn't put, but just, seriously, just a dab. Alright, she is looking wonderful. And she is ready to go in the pan. And now you do not have to spray your pan unless you just want to. But, because I have and I have not. But this is a wonderful invention. I love it. So, it really cuts back on cleanup. See there? Got her sprayed down. And here is our meatloaf. And I'm going to get her in there. In that pan right there. My bowl's empty. And I'm going to bring it over here and do a little bit with both hands too. I like for it to be kind of straightened out there just a little bit. Don't have to go crazy. Let me rinse my hands off, guys. I'm sorry. I can't stand it. Excuse me. That pepper finally got me. I know it was going to. I'm sorry, y'all. I got that hot water on that hamburgery hands, and it started melting. I'll sneeze half the day now, half the night. All right, here is our beautiful little meatloaf. That's cooking spray there. Don't worry about that. And I got a little heavy-handed with it. And I'm going to put me one more little dab, and I do mean a dab, of salt across the top. And I like to put me a thin layer of ketchup on the top. And I've got it on 350 is what it's on. And I don't have a bake time because my meatloaf it's a different size every time. Whatever size hamburger that I've got, and like I said, I had 2 pounds, 8 ounces. I just go with the flow. If I feel like, I could have the same amount of burger every time. Probably wind up with a different amount of peppers and onions every time. It's based on how you feel about it. And I'm going to rinse my hands off again, get this in the oven. There she is. Ain't she pretty? Look at that. Get that in the oven. Girls and boys. And I put it on the bottom rack. My top rack's as high as it, it's as high as it can go. And it's still about that far from the broil. But I want it down on the bottom. All right. We will be back. I'm going to put together some, I don't know, some kind of bread, either fried bread or cornbread, some mashed potatoes, maybe a can of peas or corn or something. Real simple, simple. All right, thank you. Hey guys, let's get this meatloaf out of the oven and see what she's looking like. It's been a baking about probably 40 minutes, something like that. I'm going to check on it. See where we're at. Got my bread in the oven. Nope, it's not done yet. I've only got it on 350. It's probably got, I'd say, another 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes, and it'll be done. Let me put her back in there. Check on my bread. Yeah, I need to brown my bread right fast. Well, I better brown it because it's them little bitty sticks, bread sticks, and if I leave them in there till they brown, they'll get hard because it's thin. But I'll bring you back in a minute. We'll get that bread out and check it out too. I got our bread sticks out, guys. Look here how pretty. Man, oh man. Look at them. Get butter on them. Yummy, yummy, yummy. I love them sometimes. And sometimes I want a big old pound of bread that thick and just, that's what I'm planning. I don't eat way too much of it. Like for a snack later, crumble it up and some milk over it, sweet milk or buttermilk. Yum, yum, yum. Well, we're waiting on that meatloaf. I'll be back. I about forgot what I was doing, guys. I was running that trap of mine. I forgot when I got my meatloaf out there a while ago. Duh. Let me show you what I do. I about forgot. And you can see it's not just floating in grease, even though it's a hamburger. And what I like to do at this point, when I know I've only got 15, 20 more minutes, something like that, get my ketchup out. Let's see what we got. I like to put it on it pretty thick. All over it. Because, you know, I had put some on it while it was baking, and that's what's on the inside of it. And now it's pretty thick on it. And this is when I'm going to move it up onto that. I'm going to turn her up to about 450 and put it on that top rack now. And let it finish that last, well, it was about, I said 20 minutes a while ago, but I'd say about 10 or 15 now because I done let it cook some and forgot to get my ketchup out. Because we want that ketchup to get brown. I like that ketchup to get a little black on it too. We'll be back. Thank you. Alright guys, let's get this meatloaf out and make us a plate. Let's look here. Yeah, buddy. That's how I like it right there. I love it like that. Make us a plate and enjoy us some supper. Let's see. I think I just cut it well now. I don't know what I done with my knife. I washed it and can't find it. This will work just fine. Oh, it's done. It's perfect. Let me show you what it looks like here.
It's got 4 wheels, it's impact resistant.
It's not stuck either. It's not stuck at all. Yeah. Onions and peppers. Let's get them out there. Get them. Lay this over here. Get me some mashed potatoes. Oh yeah. Cook some peas. I ain't even got them turned off yet. I had them on low though, because they done cooked down as much as I wanted them to. I forgot to turn them out. They're like I always cook them, you know, plenty butter and all that good stuff. And that is how I make my meatloaf. And I want to thank y'all for bearing with me and putting up with me and trying not to stick my side to that meatloaf there. And this is the good old classic meatloaf that your mother and your grandmother made. And I want to thank y'all for everything you say and do and all your comments and for bearing with me. And here's our meatloaf. Until next time. Thank you. Honey, I forgot to put one of my favorite things on there. Put me. Look at. And it's even got the little thing, like, it's supposed to look like corn. That's the whole point. And I like me a couple of them. See how pretty? Some butter and honey, you are in. There we go. That's more like what we were shooting for. Thank you all. Until next time.